Doing a little live this morning, getting ready to get underway. Some people were asking about, what do you do in the morning whenever you get ready, to get ready to get underway. So we're going to do that this morning and move right on into the live stream of going into the Alligator River. So hopefully this helps you out. So every morning I check my fluids before I get underway. So we'll actually go through the procedure and then the crank up procedure. So here it is. The first one is on the back, this transmission fluid. I like to check that one on a daily basis, as well as checking my motor oils. Okay, this one will lose a little bit of fluid over time. I got a little leak and I got a thing under to catch it, but the engines are under the salon floor. That's what putting engines in this boat makes it a challenge to do, because you got to pull out all these floors to get to them. That one is good. Let's see, heard this. I'm sure it ain't somebody texting me saying, "Hey, your volume's down." All right, so once that, put this back. All right. Next one is to check the engine oils. They're in here. I'm going to open these. I'll grab real quick and show you this. So your oil is down in here. This is where your motors are. All right. Batteries, motors, everything's in there. That is full. Excuse me. That is full. And I'll check this one. That's full. Okay. Alrighty. That's all good. Okay. I fell backwards there. All right. Once I check the motors, I like to leave these open to look and just watch and see if you see anything. And I do know once I do this check, when I crank this motor on the starboard side, the belt will slip for a minute and then it quits. So that's the first one. This other one, port side, cranks much easier. Like I said, it'll make a sound for a minute, then it'll quit. I believe it's the batteries and the alternator flipping a little bit. Turn the camera around. Good morning. So after you crank, you want to come out and make sure you got water coming out. That's a little longer than normal. you go. I slowed it down. That did it. All right. So by cranking it and looking in here, just make sure you don't see anything happening that that wouldn't be good, let's say. All right, but yeah, that's where the motors are. I got the GoPro going as well this morning. So I'm videoing for a regular video. Not everybody can watch the lives. That's the standby. Trying to hold all these cameras at once. That's the radio. All right. It's a little breezy this morning, but we'll be going into the Alligator River, which is right. Let's see, probably about right there. So it should be really nice in there. Shouldn't be any problems at all. Let me transition this to the other holder. Y'all stand by. Since the challenge is alive, it ain't like a regular video where you can just edit all this out. So let me turn it around. I ain't all up in y'all's mug. There's that. All right, that gets up in this other holder. Makes it a little better. The camera's about to fall out. The case I got here is not the best. There we go. All right, guys, got that done. So engines are checked and everything's running good. Sounds like. We're gonna need to pull the anchor. Let me go check something real quick. I'll be right back. Forgot to do yesterday. I'm doing right now. It shouldn't matter. Hopefully that should help that wind noise, and I'll read the comments in a minute. I need to get the anchor up and get underway, and then I'll be able to start reading comments. So y'all hear the camera stopping. Let's move this back here where maybe you can see. So I have the windlass buttons here. All right. But what you don't do is you need to use your motors to pull to go towards your chain, so your windlass is not pulling your boat, it's just pulling the chain in. All right, so I'll put it in gear over here, move forward, and start taking in my chain. I'll do that until I hear it dragging. If I hear it dragging, I'll stop, slow down. See that I could hear it is working again on the actual windlass. So I'll move up again. Here's something you got to be careful of though. When you're hauling in your windlass and you're moving, let's say your anchor is over here and your chain comes up in front of your boat. The challenge with this is just have to be careful, but the chain's going up and you put it in gear and you start moving. If you don't take the chain at the same rate that you're moving towards your boat, that chain could go up under your boat and get caught in your props. In other words, if you move too fast, those props could run into that chain and that would be disastrous. So I like to hear it put a little pressure on the windlass, and then that knows the chain's still straight out in front of me, and then I move forward again and then it'll take it in. Alright, hang on just a second. So let me turn this up here. I think I just got a little bit of, I think my anchor chain just got stuck. Let's see. Might have got stuck. Let me check the load. Alright, there it is. Alrighty. Now let me let this down so you can see this. So I have breadcrumbs from the way that I came in here. So if I back out, you can see them. That's the way I come in. I always, as a rule, want to go out pretty much close to the same breadcrumbs. You can see the depth is plenty good though. Hopefully y'all can see that. So I follow that out, and then also do my check behind me. I just released halftime, let her go back, and the kayak seems to be pulling really well. Y'all. That's my alarm. Y'all stand by and see if I can get that off. If I drop the stream, I'll come back. See if I can get that. Well, cool. I didn't lose it. Alright. That's my anchor alarm. I set, you set whenever you're on the anchor. So if you move, you know it. A lot of times I forget to cut it off. It'll remind you though. But some people say it's a good way to make sure you know your anchor alarm's working. So everything's looking good back there. It's pulling well. Let me turn them back around. And so yeah, those just coming in. I'll be able to see the questions here in just a minute, guys. Morning, welcome to all. Thanks for coming along. Some people were asking about, I'm putting my sock on here, hopefully that makes a difference. People were asking about, well, Mike, what do you do in the mornings when you're getting underway? And that's it. I had basically just gotten up, and I probably wasn't up 10 minutes when I started my live stream. Just went to the head and took care of my morning business. I usually don't eat in the morning when I'm traveling. So yeah, I'm just getting right up underway. And you got to do your engine checks, or I do. It catches a lot of stuff. So I basically check my oil levels, transmission, and then waters if I'm having any issues, or have had. I haven't had many issues with that, so I don't necessarily check my waters. On Mondays I do a deep engine check. Those that know, I was a retired fireman, and we had sheets every day that we had to do our truck checks, go through every compartment on the truck, and you had to check it, mark it off to say that you did it. Lives mattered, and if you didn't do your job properly, someone, some tool didn't work that you needed, and when you needed it, could have called somebody. So I just learned to do those things in the morning. And I was thinking about actually doing a checkout sheet, and maybe just publish it online for everybody that needs it, and maybe we could just build it over time. But anyways, so that is the Pungo River going back that way, back towards Bellhaven, and we're going to turn port and go down the Alligator River and approaching the Albemarle Sound. I hope the wind is pretty good right now. I put a little thing over it. Y'all tell me how to sound check, because we're in it's a little windy, but yet I don't see nobody saying that we're about to win. But can you hear me good with that cover over it? Yeah, the rattle is the wind blowing this thing right here. That strap that holds the bimini top, so I can't really stop that one. That's when you know it's windy. But in just a minute, when we turn to port, you're not gonna hear it. You won't hear it. Matter of fact, I'll be hoping for that wind then. But it is a beautiful morning, getting underway, guys. It's always cool. Oh, there goes my stock. I'm just trying this to see if it works, and if it works, like I hope, solve my wind noise problem. Yeah, so I dropped a video last night. I hope that was helpful. It's called Navigation Strategy. John Ravenwolf came up with that name. But we had been talking about, people are always asking, well, how are you planning your trip? What do you do? So I thought, and then also the other thing people are asking is, when are you doing the live? So some people want to catch them. So what that will do, my plan going forward is, as long as I'm moving, of course, is when I get to my destination for that evening, I'll do one of those videos that'll be shorter than the one last night, because I was explaining about what all those items were. And but I'll do, when I get to my destination each day, I'll review the trip so you can see where I'm at exactly, and then I will talk about, and we'll look at what we need to do for the next day, where I know like what the weather is, and I'm looking at all my different possible anchorages, but you'll see going forward. But I believe that'll be helpful for y'all for multiple things. So, and really, I wish we'd have started this when I started the trip. That would have been great. But, so yeah, just do better as time comes on. All right, so we're getting ready to turn. That's the markers going out, and we're going to turn to port here in just a second. Diet Coke this morning, kids. No drinking and driving. Yeah, y'all check out that video. See if you like it. Show some love. We're just about to channel here. We should be good. There we go. The only problem with this, we might be heading into the sun, it looks like. Alright, I'm going to start bringing my engines up a little bit. I'm out of those areas that might be a little shallower. We're getting it up to about, the wind just stopped. It's be a following wind most of the day. It's a little rough, it's not rough, but it's a following sea, and that's a little bit of a challenge when if you're running, if the boat wants to curve like that. It's starting some white caps out there. I imagine it'll get a little frisky out there today, but we're going in this ditch here, aka the Alligator River. Once I get in there, guys, I'll read some comments. Get a little smoother, and I can watch all my temperatures coming up, watching my oil pressures, make sure all the engines everything's running well there. And then once we get in there, of course, it's going to lay down. do not see my suntan lotion. Oh, I found it. I basically, the only thing I put this on is my lips get chapped. But I will put it on my face. The rest of my body seems to be pretty leathered up. Well, not really leathered, but it's gotten used to the sun, so it doesn't really affect me that much. But yeah, you can see how it's going to lay down here pretty quickly. And I might I'm going to go down once we get up a little further, get me a towel to put up, knock that sun off my face. But hopefully everybody's had a good morning or having a good morning. Hopefully if you're working today, it ain't too hard. And if you are working, I hope you're working in a job that you like. I always tell people I always work in jobs that I like. Most mornings I look very forward to getting up in the morning and going to work. I believe that's the key to a happy life. If you hate your job, man, you got to change it because it'll make your life suck. You have to do it for so long that you should definitely do what you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy it, stop it. Do something different. That's for sure. To some degree, this has become my job. It's an adventure, but it's what I do now. But of course, I love it. Every day, it's something new to see. It's pretty crazy. I appreciate y'all coming along. I'm reading all the comments and all. It's a lot of fun. A lot of good feedback, especially these lives. So someone said, I think it was Joe, I believe if you said it, that these things that we've been seeing are duck blinds, is what they said. Remember yesterday when we were crossing or getting ready to cross the Pamlico River, and we were seeing these big areas like things out, he said they're duck blinds. And that makes perfect sense. It's pretty right there. Yep, so it's like an old duck blind. They probably redo it each year. I'd be interested. I wonder if they like pull their boats under there, or most of the people I know, their boats are pretty much their blind anyway. Oh wow, nice house sitting there on the point. I don't know if that sun's gonna blow you out. Nice house sitting back. Not too big, it ain't crazy big, but real nice yard. Set on this beautiful area right here, man. That's nice. Nice. Cool thing about North Carolina is she still has a whole lot of natural areas that are not been developed. Unfortunately, with Florida's coastline, it's about completely developed except for the Panhandle. Gotta stay in the channel. I see some stuff out there, wood stumps and stuff. Did y'all see that? Definitely want to stay right on the channel here. I'll be reading comments here in just a minute, guys. I'm gonna go downstairs and get my towel and put that up where I can see the sun blaring. The glare, I can't even see this particular camera I'm videoing with. Well, crab pots around here lined up. let me grab my towel and then I can get to reading some comments. Back downstairs and get clamps. I thought I had them up here. Must have put them there. This up. A little sun protection for today. Back. Let me move it again. It's gonna blow what it's gonna blow. Alright, well. Let me back up. Excuse me. Alrighty. Kayak 7Cs, good morning, sir. Y'all, I'm backing up reading the comments. I'll get to all of them shortly. Kayak 7Cs is a moderator. Y'all check out his channel. We went kayaking together in North Carolina, also in Florida, and he helps out. As you can see, whenever sometimes I can't read the comments, something's happening, and he helps me out, you know, making a comment or whatever, as well as Mountain Man Jim Reddick. He's also a moderator, and I'm planning on reaching out to a couple more here shortly. People that are always helping on the channel. So anybody that's highlighted in blue, they're moderators, and they can help control the chat, answer questions. They're always putting up my emails and stuff like that, and it's very appreciative, because a lot of times when you're driving and doing all this, it's kind of hard to do it all at one time. This ain't no high production, people. I got no crew. No camera guys or camera girls, whatever the case might be. So, Hippie Kayaker, good morning from Florida. Okay, brother. Gary, morning. Fernando, morning from Puerto Rico. Hope all's well in Puerto Rico. Let's see. Bill, good morning from Ocala, Corner Area. Getting that day started? Yes, sir. Good morning to you, Joe. Have a great day. Thank you. You do the same. Try not to work too hard if it's a work day. Used to be something right there. Look at them big dolphins. Those are called dolphins that some boats tie up to them. Something bigger. Might have been probably like if I had to guess, shrimp boat size. Some shrimp boat was kept there maybe over time. But yeah. FYI, we're on the Alligator River now. This is the Alligator River. It connects all the way to, by the map it shows Alligator River on the other side, but I would call that a little Alligator Sound, which then goes into Albemarle Sound. So we should be out of the river today around noon, and then the second part of the day working up. Don't think I'll be live streaming that long. The camera doesn't normally make it that long, but we'll be working upwards from there in preparation to cross into Albemarle Sound tomorrow. So if everything goes well, that's what the plan is. Let's see. Leo, reference to Marty. Yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much about it. I'm trying to just do my thing. Marty stopped back in Oriental, and I couldn't stop. I didn't think it was fair to my viewers, and I'm keeping on. That's all I can tell you, brother. Keeping it up, keeping on. Friends afloat, good morning from Daytona. Have a great, safe day. Thank you so much. You do as well. Okay, I see you responded there. Thank you. Lee, sounds like the belts won't tighten. No, they're tight, bro. I've tightened the crap out of them. Matter of fact, too tight. What it is, I believe what it is when you crank up your batteries overnight, you know, running different stuff, your batteries go down just a little bit. And all right, so this used to be a bridge here, look. Probably a swing bridge. This was probably a swing bridge when I came through before. See it on both sides, but now got that big old nice new bridge. Yeah, I bet this was a swing bridge that last time I came through here. Yeah, but on the belts, they're tight. I think it's the alternator. It's pulling hard because it's trying to catch up the batteries, and then it quits. Just like it does, it quits within 30 seconds or a minute, whatever, something like that. Anthony Villa, there you go, guy. Let's see, Viking boy. Let's see, yeah, they both want to go at their different speeds. Let them both get on with it. Alrighty. Anthony Villas, thank you, sir. Safe travels. Jay Hen, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, Byron. Need to tighten alternator belt. It only gets worse. Have a great day. Yeah, I have tried tightening it, and like I said, it's to the point of where I think it's going to be, you know, too tight. So, but I hear you for sure. Stream. I'm pretty much in the middle of a BFE for sure. But we'll do the I'd call the sound. Pick the stream back up and y'all can see that part if nothing else. We'll hang in here for a minute and see if it's gonna what it's gonna do. Kayak 7Cs, you got to twist the straps. Well, brother, that's actually a good idea. It's probably good to, so yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, the buzz is gone. As soon as you get the wind off the front of you, it goes away. Most people are trapped in jobs because they're making pretty good money, but the job sucks. So here's the way I looked at it. When I decided to become a fireman, it's very darn well. If I want to improve my life, I realized I'd need to go to school. And that was a couple years back. I knew that if I started right now, I was going to have to put out a ton of work, time and energy, quit having fun because, you know, obviously you start school, you got to study, whatever. And I knew that was going to be a huge undertaking. But then I realized, you know what? A year or 2 years is going to pass by whether you're taking that undertaking or not. And I can tell you from experience that if you're doing a job that you hate, if you decide what it is that you love to do, and that's what you should do, if it can pay you enough, but it probably requires some kind of schooling. If you do that and decide that, your level of happiness, just because you decided it and started working toward it, will go up. Many people think that obtaining a dream, whatever that dream is, then they'll be immediately happy, and that's not generally the case. The happiness comes from working toward that dream. And I can tell you from experience, from talking to people, some people are even let down when they finally get to their dream and they look back and they realize that chasing their dream was what made them the happiness. So I say this: like your job, work toward that. Your happiness will start then, as well as those year or 2 years. Only work at that job long enough to do better. It'll cause more happiness. That's my little advice for today. All right, Gary said the same thing about twisting them straps. Sounds good, man. Do that. Good. Low ready. Yes, sir, I did, under y'all's advice. Absolutely. Yep, that should help the channel when people do searches, for sure. That was a great idea. See, my little pea brain, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's what I'm telling you. I rely on y'all to get this thing done. Paul, good morning.